this is awkward. Donald Trump and King Charles just had call it an uncomfortable moment upon their meeting in the UK. And that says nothing of all the awkward moments between Trump and the British people. Get ready to cringe. Welcome to Occupied Democrats. I'm David Reddish. And yes, I am swollen again. I thought I was healed enough to take my vitamin E supplement, and I am now better informed. On to our breaking story. With the incineration of Kash Patel and RFK Jr. on Capitol Hill today, and seriously, someone is going to have to carry Patel out in a dustpan, a very, very small dustpan. With all the drama here at home, it's easy to forget that Donald Trump is making his first major trip to the UK after the moment, at least for his new term. True to form, the Brits are rolling out the red carpet and welcome to the American president. And true to form, Donald Trump is having a great time since he's a wannabe king. And despite all the pomp and circumstance, that doesn't mean that the people of the UK are happy to see Trump. Yesterday, ahead of his visit, protests broke out across the country. And someone did this to Windsor Castle.
Taking you right here to Windsor, bringing you in, because there has been no shortage of pageantry here today, with Mr. Trump arriving in Windsor just a few hours ago. And he was greeted by King Charles and Queen Camilla, along with the Duke and the Duchess of Windsor. The royal family are pulling out all the stops for the president's visit. Have a look. And the US national anthem you heard there was played for the arrival ceremony after a carriage procession through the grounds of Windsor Castle. The day, as you can imagine, now packed with meetings and events and lunches and dinners. But we must say not everyone, though, is happy here in London about the visit. These images we're about to show you of the president with convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein were projected onto the castle shortly after he touched down in the United Kingdom. You're seeing them now. Police, though, were very quick to take those down and arrested 4 people on suspicion of involvement. But it's this sort of thing that I'm sure the UK government, the royal family, want to avoid at all costs, of course.
And it gets even more awkward. Stick around. That projection on the side of Windsor Castle follows protests that involved rolling out a giant picture of Trump and Jeffrey Epstein together on the lawn of the estate. For more on that bit of trolling, see our other videos here on the channel. For now, we turn back to the serious. As that clip mentioned, the British government is taking extraordinary steps to shield Trump from protests in the name of good manners. Those British manners. It's also a way of making him feel comfortable ahead of meetings with Prime Minister Keir Starmer this week, which are certain to be much more heated. And, to top it all off, Trump wants to give a press conference about it all. While he may be used to dealing with the American press, the British press is known for being much more vicious, in part because libel laws are very different in the UK. That has prompted commentators to issue a warning of more awkwardness to come. Have a look. Now, this is a longish clip, so make sure to watch it all to understand where things stand at the moment.
These visits are very, very carefully organised, and they're sort of hermetically sealed from any kind of awkward public demonstration. But the awkward moment is the press conference, I think, because not only can that raise issues of foreign policy between the US and the UK, it may be that some people will ask questions of the president about what's going on in the United States. And, so it is sort of open season for that little bit of the 48 hours when you have a press conference. So that I think is the danger moment for anyone who wants to, throw a grenade into the works and spoil it, if you like. But that is free speech and open government. So that's part and parcel of the structure.
Yeah, and you talked about hermetically sealed. I mean, it is a moment made for TV, isn't it, Sal? And because, as we have seen, the president's very much shielded from a lot of these protests. Of course, we saw him coming in carriage, but that's within the grounds, so he wouldn't have seen. You won't see, perhaps, any of these protests, or indeed the images we were just talking before we came to you of a photo that was put on the walls here of Windsor Castle, Jeffrey Epstein. Those are the sort of moments that I'm sure the British government, the royal family, will try to avoid, will want to avoid.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're focusing on the dignified and the ceremonial and the friendly side of this. And so, yes, I hope the president we'll feel very happy at the end of it. But, you know, this is also a statement about the UK. Not only are we the only country in the world which can do this, but also the whole world is watching. I mean, this morning I've had calls from the Middle East, from the States, all who are watching this. I mean, it is box office big television, which I hope is not just a benefit to both the United Kingdom and the United States, but also just to the relationship between the two. It is part of the glue, and I think we can do all this in a nice way, and we can do the heavy politics on another occasion.
Yeah, indeed. And today, very much doing what the Brits do best, pomp, of course, pageantry, and this lavish hospitality. Sir Alan Duncan, appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
My pleasure.
And you're very welcome. And as we mentioned, not everyone, of course, is celebrating the US president's visit. Yesterday, we did see protests here at Windsor. And this hour, the Stop Trump Coalition is kicking off a demonstration in London. It's about 25 miles or so from where we are, with others also planned around the country.
Yes, a British press conference with Donald Trump amid nationwide protests in the UK, including a march taking place in London as we speak. Donald Trump is used to being coddled and protected by his sycophants and goblins here in the US. He doesn't have any of that protection he's used to there, and he'll have to take on the ravenous British press. And for the record, the Epstein scandal is alive and well there as well, with several British officials losing their jobs over their involvement with Epstein just days ago. All this as Trump also seems to be experiencing cognitive decline. For more on that, again, see our other videos here on the channel. Let's all hope he can enjoy a hobnob while he's there. I know, I miss the hobnobs. And let's hope the Brits can do what Republicans have long stymied here in the US. Nail that orange taco. This is Occupy Democrats.